Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to the Flex, man. I'm doing another little live show for you guys. Flex meets Chimezie Metu, my guy. Listen,
What's
man,
up? What's up?
Antonio Spurs. Hey, bro, how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm
What's going
good.
on?
I'm good. I'm good. Life is good right now. Just trying to stay healthy and you know, stay healthy through this pandemic. So everything's good.
That's the main thing, man. It's been tough. It's been tough all around the world. So
Healthy and
obviously, thoughts with everybody who's been having to deal with
stay healthy
that.
through this pandemic. So
I got you in the background. Let me
everything's
turn
good.
that off. Hold on a
That's the
second.
main.
There you go. Yeah, I can hear like an echo. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, where you at now? Because I know you're not in the bubble obviously with the players. Where you at now?
Yeah, I'm in LA right now. I grew up. It's like around where I grew up. So my family's back here. Or some of my family. Most of my family's back in Nigeria. So yeah, I'm back in LA right now, just working out and trying to stay fit, getting ready for whenever the season starts because we don't know right now. So we're just waiting.
For those of you watching at home who don't know much about basketball, hopefully by the end of this, you'll know a lot more about the NBA, international basketball, World Cup basketball, college basketball, and just a bit more into Chimezie's his journey so far. Really, I mean, look, man, I know your origin from Nigeria, but you came up in Cali. Talk
Yeah.
to us about the start. Have you always wanted to be a basketball player? Was that always a dream of yours?
Um, I would say a little bit. It was kind of half and half because I grew up playing soccer too. I grew up in Nigeria as well. So it was like, during the day after school I would go play basketball and then we had a field next to where I grew up. So I'd go play with my friends, go play soccer and so it was kind of just mixed, just having fun at the time.
Was
And
you
then
good? Was you good?
I was okay. I was okay. I was okay. But when I finally moved back to LA, permanently, then that's when I kind of just picked up basketball and just ran with it. And then a couple years in, I was like, you know what, I'm actually pretty good. I could do something with this. So then I just started working out every day, and that's how I ended up getting here.
So talk to us about like the college journey and the college setup for those who aren't familiar in this country or whoever's watching around the world who might not understand just how it works. I mean, yes, you arrived at the NBA and we'll get to there, but when you're quite young and you're going through school, high school, college,
Yeah.
then on to university, how does that work and how did it work for you, bro?
Um, my second year in high school, that's when I started getting, recruited and getting college coaches looking at me and stuff. And then from there, oh, my bad.
You got a dryer on too.
Yeah. um, yeah, I started getting recruited, and I mean, it's not really that complicated of a process. You just kind of, if you're lucky enough to get scholarship offers, then you kind of, get to pick where you want to go. And for me, I went to USC, which is real very close to home. So it was an easy decision for me to go there. I was still close to my family, and the program was still up and coming. So I played a role in helping build the program up. So uh, it's not too complicated of a process, but at the same time, you're still very lucky if you get a chance to go to school for free.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing, college education in America. That's
Yeah,
one thing that we don't always associate with here because it is free for us to go to college when you come out of high school.
really.
And yeah, it's free. So like if university isn't free, but
Oh,
you're
okay, okay,
so like when you're like you go to school till you're like 16, and then if you want to go to college you can, and that's free.
oh
Then when
wow,
you leave college and you apply for universities, that's when you have to pay.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, so it's slightly different. I mean, so in college, then USC, Southern California. That's a big school, man. That's
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
big school. A lot of history with that school.
Yeah, on the American football side, it is, but when it comes to basketball, is there have been a few people who have you know gone to the NBA from the school, but it's not like the school is just known uh, for the basketball side. So when I went in there, it was me and like a couple other guys who were just kind of getting started there, and we were just our biggest goal was just to help build the basketball brand of the school, and I think we ended up doing that because now, I would say we kind of put them on like help put them back on the map because now they're getting a lot more recruits and getting a lot better players, and the whole program is just like going in the right direction. So I'd say myself and along with a couple other people, we kind of helped, you know, reignite the program.
Mm. What was the pressure like in high school? I know so university. I know that like the state games are huge out there. They
Yeah.
get a whole bunch of people watching. For people who don't see in England, it's almost like it's not professional sport, but whether it's baseball or American football or basketball,
Yeah.
American football, like they have like stadium packed full of people, and it's for college or university. Like, what's the pressure like, man? And how many people were you playing in front of?
In college, like I said, basketball wasn't huge at USC, so our games they wouldn't be packed unless we were playing like UCLA, who was one of our rivals. So we weren't playing in front of that many people at every game, but at the same time, we're still, like I said, we're still trying to build the program, and it was. I wouldn't say there was that much pressure because we were just out there just having fun, playing basketball, doing what we like to do. So I wouldn't say it was a lot of pressure. But when it comes to like the March Madness stuff, where it's like you lose and you go home, that's probably when a little bit of pressure starts to come up. But I think even when we went to that, we were still kind of just free flowing, playing how we like to play. And yeah, like I said, it was a fun time. I was there for 3 years, and it was a fun time being there.
You seem like so chilled, like for a young guy who's like made it to the NBA. You're there, like you're just like, yeah, I was just playing ball, man. Like I'm just here, like it's cool. Like
I mean, the whole getting to the NBA stuff, I haven't really reached where I want to get to yet. I mean, I'm here right now, but in terms of playing and all this stuff, I still feel like I have a lot of work to do. So I don't really feel like I'm all the way, in
I
there
like
yet. I just kind of have my
that.
foot in the door. So
Mm.
and also I'm not the kind of guy to just be all, I'm in the NBA, blah 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 blah. So I'm just waiting for my moment to shine, and then just from there just run with it.
I love that, man. I mean, it's almost like in football over here, anyway, you get a lot of young players who might be in the squad or on the roster, as you
Yeah,
might call it over there, and they might think they've made it, like you said, just because they're on the squad or on the roster,
yeah,
and they haven't. You know what I'm saying? They still got. I love the fact that your mentality is very much okay. I got one foot. I need to work hard, and I
yeah.
need to prove myself. Is that where you're at now?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. You know, there've been, just waiting on the right chance and right opportunity to, just take it and just run with it. So right now I'm just staying ready.
Practice. Talk to me about like practice and the level of the NBA. Like you're playing with like some serious players, training with some serious
Yeah,
players, seasoned vets. Obviously, the guys, the franchise has a history of amazing players. Tony Parker, um, Manu Ginobili,
yeah.
big players, Tim Duncan. Like, what's it like just being around that? Are you so chilled that you're just like, I'm here and I've just got to prove it. I don't care. Or do you sometimes look around practice and think, yeah, wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say for my first year, yeah. But it comes to a point where you just have to you have to move past it and just, get back to working on yourself and showing what you can do, and showing that you belong there. So, I mean, every day going into practice and, Tim Duncan as one of the coaches, Manu Ginobili, he's around from time to time, as well as Tony
Legend.
Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to go in there and learn and try to learn as much as you can from those guys, and then while still, like I said, showing what you can do and showing that you belong there.
What's it like playing under the coach Pop? Because he's been there so long. He's a legend of the game. Won
Yeah,
championships. Is it difficult? Does he take you under your wing, kind of like a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing, kind of make you feel good, bring up the youngsters, or is he stern? Is he tough? You don't want to get on the wrong side of him. What's his management like?
I think he's a little bit of both. He's more. I definitely say he's more strict, but at the same time, he will take you under his wing and try to mold you into the player that he wants you to be. He comes from like the military background, so everything is in a certain order. So yeah, it's fun, being there, learning from him and learning from people on the staff. So they've all been there for a long period of time, and they have a certain way of doing things. So it's it's fun to go in there every day and learn from them.
We've got some questions from people watching live, which is great. This is from Real Talk. He says, who was your biggest role model growing up, bro? Keep your questions coming in, guys. Smash a like on the video and stuff. We'll get your questions to Chimezie.
Biggest role model. I'd say my parents. For like, I can't just pick one, but my parents for sure. Just seeing them work hard every day, I think that kind of like pushed me to want to work hard, and if I know that whatever I do, like if I put my mind to it and I just work hard, I know I can achieve whatever I wanted whenever I wanted to. Another one, CR7, honestly, because I grew up watching United play. So when I moved back to Nigeria, when CR7 had just got signed onto the team, and as a little kid, you're just like, he had like the blonde hair, he had and he had the whole look, and he was doing all the skills, and then I was just like, man, like this dude is really good, and that's how I started. That's how I became a United fan, and then from there, just watching him grow, and now to me, he's the best player in the world. So. Just watching him, and then obviously Kobe, rest in peace. I grew up a Lakers fan, so watching him as well, kind of, become one of the greatest, or to me as well. He's also the greatest basketball player ever. So
I love that you're mentioning the greats there, man, because I mean Kobe just touched everybody like this year. What happened, man?
Yeah. It was still crazy that he's gone. It's still hard to believe, but I think he left a great impact.
You mentioned your family there, like your parents. What was the Metu household like growing up? Have you got brothers and sisters? Was it tough? Did they maybe want you to lead a different life and not go down the sports route? Like what was the pressures like, and what was your childhood like, man?
Nah, my parents aren't very like super strict in that way, where they wouldn't want me to do whatever I wanted. But I mean, I have one brother and one sister. I'm in the middle, so older brother and a younger sister. I'm in the middle, and sometimes as the middle kid, you kind of just get lost in the whole in the shuffle.
Not really sure where you fall into with the standards.
You kind of get lost in the shuffle. But once I started playing basketball and started taking it serious, my parents, they were all for it. They were coming to my games. They were driving me to workouts, and they were very supportive. So, and my dad, would always tell me if I wanted to do it, that I just gotta, I gotta go, full fledged into it, not just kind of half ass or whatever. So, from with their support, I just took it head on and just kept going.
I love that. Ghost Overground says, what was it like moving from America to Nigeria at a young age? Was that the other way around though?
No.
You did.
No. I moved from America to Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. So talk us through that, man.
It was, I was pretty young. Not that I remember everything when I first moved, but I just remember you're just kind of different from everybody else, and just the way that you're that you talk. Obviously, you don't know certain things, how certain things work, but over time, I got used to it. I was there with my brother and my sister. We all went to the same school, and even here in America, we were still brought up in a Nigerian household to the core. So you knew most things, but in terms of just getting used to all the kids and the environment, it was I wouldn't say it was tough, but at the same time it was very different, obviously.
Yeah. What was your neighborhood like in Nigeria, and obviously where you remember most in Cali?
In Nigeria, we lived in an estate, so I feel like that's how I think that's how it is in England as well. Most people live like
that. I mean, that's 100%. I grew up on an estate. Let's see how.
Yeah. So I mean, you just kind of grow up with the kids that live in your estate, and you guys do whatever, walk around the estate, have fun, kick ball, whatever, and so it wasn't that much different to where I lived in America, in terms of just like I would like, you just hung out with the kids that were around your area. We had a park that we would go to play basketball, or whatever, and you just kind of grow up with the people that are around you.
Yeah, I hear that, man. There's a lot more questions here from the floor, so I'm going to get into those very shortly. But I wanted you to like talk us through the draft, man, because like what that bit. So when you're coming to the end of like university or wherever, and you know you're being talked about, when did you first get an inkling that going to the NBA was a genuine thing for you?
I'd say after my second year at USC, I probably could have left and been and still been a draft pick. But I went back and I finished school, basically graduated. I graduated in 3 years, and then I went. But yeah, draft day, or just even the process leading up to it is is a lot of work, because you're working out, and then you have to fly to each team. Not all 30, but however many workouts you can fit in your schedule. And I think I did. I want to say 13 different teams. So I was working out. Yeah, I was working out every other day. I would fly to the city. I would work out, and then I'd fly to the next city, and then I'd have a rest day in between, and then work out the next day, and then leave, and then fly to the city, and then rest day, and then work out again. So I was all over the place, but yeah, it was pretty hectic. And then on draft day, I was there just waiting, man. Like it was an all day thing. I was just there just waiting. I had family, friends in the house. I mean, my house was packed. I'm pretty sure if you look up a video, you can see it on YouTube. But my house was just
I'm gonna
packed.
have to do that, bro. I need to see that Metu house. Everyone
my house was packed. I didn't even know my house could hold this many people. And like the way my house is set up, is like some stairs before you get to the front door. And like I felt like it was just gonna just collapse in, but it was great, man. And like I had a couple other friends that were drafted too on the same day, so it was a good time.
It's mad. Like when you see anyone who hasn't seen how the draft kind of happens, obviously you got each of the teams, all of their general managers or whatever who are doing the picks, and the guy at the front who's kind of reeling them off. I mean, you were what, 49th pick?
Yeah, 49.
49th pick. I mean, that, bro, second round, but no, top. You're in the top 50 players in the whole of America at that time.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement, bro. Like I know you're saying like you haven't got there yet and you've got a long way to go, but for people watching who don't really understand just what that is, it's basically saying out of the whole of America, you're in the top 50 players. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is when you look back at it. People kind of lose sight of what you just said. Like there's only 60 people that get picked every year, and whether you make it or you don't make it, being a part of that 60, it's either going it just lets you know like how far you've come when you look back on your journey. And some people, whether you're picked in the second round or first round, doesn't matter. Once your name is called, then it's a clean slate, and everybody has to work from there.
What was your energy and like your feeling when they went 49th pick? Chimezie, San Antonio Spurs pick. Chimezie Metu. Like, did you just like think, no, did I hear it right? Everyone calm down, didn't even say it. Like, what? Or did you go, yeah, got this, I knew it? Like, what was your reaction?
My reaction was, so first, let me just take you back. And
yeah, of course.
So my agent called me and said a couple picks before, he said San Antonio wants to take you, and they're not gonna let you get past 49. So I knew if 49 came, then my name was gonna get called, and we had it on the TV, the draft on the TV with all the people that was in my house, and right before the dude walked out and was about to say my name, it went to a commercial break. So I didn't get to hear my name called, but my agent was on the phone, and I heard him say my name through the phone, but I didn't get to see it on the TV. But once it came back, then like my name popped up on the bottom, and that's when everybody started going crazy. But I mean, in that moment, you're just like, wow, like it's basically everything you worked for. And then once it all settles, you're just ready. I was ready to get to work immediately and just show why I belong. So It was
is,
great.
I can't even imagine like what that
Yeah,
must feel like knowing you're going to the NBA. Because you talk about the draft picks, like even MJ wasn't like first pick. Like it,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's not what everyone thinks. Like if you're the first or the second pick, then you're definitely like the guy. It doesn't mean that. Like you said, you got to
yeah.
go around the NBA and prove it. Like so, what happens like that night? So when you're taking it in, you know you've been
Okay.
drafted to San Antonio Spurs. Is there like do they like call you up or email you, or the agent says, right, pack your bags, you got to go now, or you go the next
No.
day, or what happens?
um, I think well, that night I got a text from the GM, who was the GM of the Spurs, RC Buford, and just welcomed me to the team. Um, and then you get in touch with like the people who like run the logistics and stuff, and then hey, we need you in San Antonio this day, blah 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 blah, and yeah, so I was there for I think maybe another week, and then I went to San Antonio, and then I worked out, did all like just getting used to the city and getting used to the people in the organization, and then from there, then you start your summer league because you have to do summer league,
Yeah.
and then once
So the Austin Spurs got to go.
no, it's the San Antonio
Oh,
Spurs for
still
the
San
summer
Antonio.
league, but it's just like the young guys and getting the opportunity to play and for the new draft picks and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, did that, and then I think after summer league, I think I came back to LA and worked out, and then got ready for the season.
How
So
did you do in the summer league? How did you're in the jersey of the Spurs now. Yeah, you were
yeah,
the younger guys trying to prove themselves. So you're probably with people just as hungry as you, maybe not
yeah.
the season pros. How did you do?
I think I did pretty well, but halfway through, maybe a couple games, I went up to catch a pass, and somebody pushed me. I was in midair, and then I basically I broke my wrist on my I think it was my left hand. Yeah, I broke my wrist, so I was done for the rest of the summer league, and then it was just for that summer it was just a hard process. Getting back to top shape. So.
I like this question here from I am Alex One. He says, "What happened on your first day of practice in at the Spurs training facility? You walking in. Was
Yeah.
the training with the whole squad, or was it just the young bucks? Was you with Aldridge, Rudy Gray, Patty Mills? Well, actually, when you were there, who actually was this? 2018, right?
Yes, 2018.
So yeah. So who was there at the time, and what was it like walking into that gym?
It's basically the same team that we have now, apart from maybe three or four guys. But everybody was the same. First day training camp, it was like I said, you walk in and kind of for the most part, it's your first time seeing a lot of the people, just because they're not there during the summer. Um, and yeah, it was you kind of start off like you're starstruck, but
Yeah.
then you have to snap out of it pretty quick, and then kind of get into the workouts and try to prove yourself and do as best you can. But as a young guy coming in, you don't get that many reps with just the first team in general. So you just have to wait your turn, take the little opportunities that you have here and there, and just run with it.
It is, you got to earn your stripes, as they say, man. Skilano says, did you have any initiation ceremonies on your first day? Like, did you have to sing any songs, do
No,
anything crazy, go and, I don't know, clean the shoes or go and collect the balls or something, apprentice?
San Antonio didn't do that, but most other teams you have to do that kind of stuff, but not in San Antonio. You don't have to do any of that.
Dodged the bullet there, bro.
Yeah.
Dodged the bullet. I got to ask you, how good, like DeRozan and Aldridge, Rudy, and how good are these guys? Like, I'll ask you a bit more about some of the other players that you've seen in person in the league, but like,
Yeah.
how good are these guys?
They're very, very, very good. That's what makes them top. There's 450 players in the NBA, and these guys are like in the top 50, top 100, whatever, which make they're basically the top 100 basketball players in the entire world. So they're in tip top shape. They know what they do, what they can't do. So they're there's really some of the best. There are the best players in the world, and you just go in there and try to learn as much as you can from them. So,
in terms of the league, someone asked here, I can't remember who it was, forgive me, but I think that they recognize that you said, you're not where you want to be yet. You've got one foot in and you want to keep going. But they said, who was the hardest player you've played against, or someone you've been there, if you're on the bench or you're just in the arena, you've seen up close? Like, obviously, yes, your LeBron, your Kyrie's, your top guys, your Lillards. Like, who have you seen or played against where you're like, damn.
I think obviously all the names that you just mentioned, but at the same time, all the guys that they talk about as being some of the best players, like Giannis, LeBron, Kawhi, obviously DeMar's on my team. These guys, like when you actually see them in person, it's a lot different than watching it on TV, because you're actually there. You can kind of feel their presence right in front of you. So I'd say a lot of the people that you hear about being the best players are they're when you actually see them in real life, it just kind of takes it to another level how good they are, because some of them feels like they're moving 100 times faster than everybody else. So so it's crazy being there sometimes.
Look, we get the same comparison here in football. Well, about it, the Messi, Ronaldo, who's the GOAT. Actually, exactly the same thing in the NBA. It always happens. MJ, LeBron, the GOAT, whatever. Like, how do you see it, man? Is LeBron the GOAT? Is MJ the GOAT? Do you celebrate the GOAT as the GOAT?
My GOAT is Kobe, because that's who I grew up watching, and that's who I grew up. And when I was watching him, he was doing all the spectacular stuff. Scoring 81 points, scoring 60 in his last game, or just hitting game winner after game winner. So to me, that's my GOAT. And he probably will always be my GOAT. And growing up as a Lakers fan, I saw him win two championships for sure that I remember. And so he's always going to be. I think if you ask anybody from LA, really, they'll tell you that he's the GOAT. So
I like this question coming in, bro. This is from Man United Herbert, and I am Alex. Both ask. Please ask him his NBA 5, his all-time NBA 5. So
all time,
right back in history, right through to now. All time, man.
Ooh, I say Shaq as the 5.
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon as the 4. For the 3, I'd say LeBron. Yeah, easily. And then for the point guard and shooting guard, I'm just gonna have Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as the 2. I'm not gonna choose a point guard just because.
Yeah.
I have to have both of those.
They got to be in there. They got to be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad team.
Yeah.
That's not a bad team at all. Your position, bro. Your position. Like, some people I was reading kind of say not quite a center, like more power forward. Like, what's your best position? How do you see it going?
I hate to choose, just because I feel like whatever I need to do, wherever I need to be on the court, and whatever I need to do, I can go out there and I can do it. So I really don't like choosing in a sense, but I mean, wherever the coach feels like I need to play, or wherever the team feels like I need to be, or at a certain time, wherever I need to guard, I feel like I can go out there and do it. So I don't like to really put a label on it. Like, people ask me, I just tell them I'm a basketball player. So if I go out there and if you need me to run around and chase guys around all day, I feel like I'm good enough to do that. If you need me to go down low and kind of bang with the bigger guys, then I feel like I can do that as well. So I don't like to put a label on, or put a limit on what I can do, who I can guard and stuff like that.
I like that, man. Don't limit yourself. Mina Names Evans says, what do you have in your career? What goal do you have in your career? And do you think the Spurs can win a title in the next few years?
What goals do I have? Just to get better every day, every season. and eventually, work my way into being, into all-star positions, first team All NBA, help win championships, and just be a guy that, you know, is known for uh, making his teammates better. I got better every year, and just overall, just somebody that got better throughout their career. And what was the second part? Do I think the Spurs can win?
Yeah, in the next few years.
I think so. You can never really count the Spurs out because they have championship pedigree and championship mentality. So yeah, you can never count them out. So I think if the opportunity's there, they're definitely going to take it.
I love this question, man. This is from Alvin Angelo. It says, "What's it like working with Big Tim, man? How is he as a coach? I mean, you're talking about legends of a franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know if they come much more. There obviously are a few. You talk about Kobe and Shaq, etc. But Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, players like this, they are huge to the franchise.
Yeah.
What's it like working under such a legend, man, being coached?
Man, it's great because he's there and he's not like a loud person. So but he's always there. So if you have a question or if you need something, he's always going to be there to answer your question, to teach you something. And I mean, for somebody like me, I think that's great. He's not there like putting the pressure on the younger guys to like, you need to come do this, you need to come do that. He's there, and if you're willing to learn from him and go ask him questions, then he'll definitely help you. And I think for me, that's great because the opportunity's there, and it's just a matter of who is going to be brave enough or who wants it enough to step up and go actually ask him for help or ask him to teach you this or teach you that. And yeah, he's great to have around to learn from.
Yeah. It must be, man. I mean, again, for those who don't know much about basketball, Tim Duncan's like the equivalent of exactly. Like he's a big guy. I don't know, like a Beckham, like of the franchise. Like imagine being coached by David Beckham or someone like that who used to play for the team and was an amazing player. I love this question because I feel like you're quite critical of yourself, or like that where you want to be. And I think you can give quite a really good, honest answer, man. Like Sport and Future says, what are his best strengths and what are his weaknesses? Now, weaknesses, when I say that, I mean just things that you want to work on, you want to improve on. You don't want to be telling the league that I can't use my left hand, so show me left. You know what I mean? But how do you take that question, man?
I say one of my biggest strengths, I think, is just being versatile and just being able to, like I said earlier, just being able to kind of adapt to whatever situation I'm in and whatever I need to do. I think, I'm just kind of like, I kind of see myself as a jack of all trades. I can shoot it a little bit, I can pass it a little bit, I can, defend. So I think just having all those attributes kind of, turns into just being a strength at some point, and just you being able to adapt to whatever situation you're in. And I think weakness, man, I think for something I'm working on right now is just getting stronger and just being able to physically just, kind of keep up with the guys that are in the NBA because, man, they're in great shape. They're really strong. So I think that's one of the aspects that I'm just kind of trying to develop right now.
Is that coming through like diet and a pet plan and stuff, and just going to the gym and working out? Mentally, is it mental toughness?
I would say it's all of that because I think if you can do all that, you can have the diet, you can go to the gym and work out. But if it comes to the mental part, if you're not mentally strong, to kind of push yourself to keep up with the guys in the NBA, then you're just gonna fall behind. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Big question here, man, from Matt Hodges. Big up yourself, Matt, for this question. What's basketball like in Nigeria? Is the sport growing at all? I know you've played, for those you don't know, for the Nigerian national team in the World Cup basketball. See some highlights of you against China, slamming it down, taking against them, and it was in China as well, right? So they must have.
It was.
You giving them that
work? Crazy. Basketball in Nigeria it's growing. It's growing. It's definitely not at where football is, obviously, because that's just in our DNA. But it's growing. I think there's a lot more kids that want to play, and it's just a matter of them having the resources to play, whether it's shoes or basketballs or finding a hoop. But yeah, it's growing, and I think with what the team did last year in China, I think it's even helping the sport grow a lot more in Nigeria now. I feel like a lot of Nigerians are watching us play in the World Cup. So
big. So, and playing for your country. You talk about what it is in England, what it is like playing for your country and stuff. How much did it mean to you to represent Nigeria in the World Cup, man? What was that like?
it meant. I mean, it was. I had been waiting. I had been waiting for them to call for years.
Well, there's no call. You're just like, where are these guys, man? Why don't they call?
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for years and years and years, and then finally I got the call. And I mean, that was probably one of my proudest moments playing basketball. Putting on the Nigeria jersey and just going out there and representing my country. Representing family back home. And yeah, I'd say that's definitely top three moments in my basketball career, or maybe in my life even.
Yeah, it's always an honor to represent your country, I suppose, in anything. I love this question. This is from Majid Bashir. He says, "Is the NBA changing regarding having a big dominant center to win a championship? Especially now, we see a lot of centers who are wetting threes. They're raining threes. They're more mobile.
Yeah.
Fadeaways. Yeah. Do you think that the traditional center is changing that?
Yeah, I think so. But I think if you have the right guy who can do both, then it's even more of a plus. Because I think if you still have a guy that you can throw the ball down to and actually get you like a guaranteed 2 points as opposed to shooting a contested 3-pointer, I think it helps you just as much. So I think the league is definitely changing when it comes to that. But at the same time, I feel like if you have the right guy who can do both, or even if he's just a person that plays down low, but at some point finds himself at the 3-point line and he's not scared to shoot it, or he's not hesitating to shoot it, and that he can make it, then it's a plus.
Yeah, for real. And just the speed of things that happens now, how the type of athletes that are about now. It wouldn't surprise me that things are quickening up. It's the same as football. The game moves on, it evolves, it becomes quicker, it becomes more intense. So I'm not surprised to see that myself. You look at like old school centers, like your Magics, your Birds, and things like that. I think it kind of has moved on, but even though the numbers that they used to put up were just unbelievable. You look at Larry Bird, someone like that, it's just unreal numbers.
Yeah.
I like this question. Pizzo says, "Big up Flex. Please ask him what keeps him motivated to achieve his goals." I mean, you kind of touched on that earlier, but what is that burning desire like, or is there a burning desire in you that just makes you just keep going and going, and you're not going to stop, or what is it?
I think there's a lot of things. I think for one, not wanting to fail, because I feel like I've put a lot of time and effort into being a good basketball player, and I think for one, not wanting to fail, and then two, just like wanting to prove some people wrong, people who might have their doubts or whatever. You just you have that desire just to prove them wrong, and yeah, just wanting to get better. I think that's just how I am. I always want to get better, whatever it is I'm doing. And with this kind of being part of my life, or as big of a part of my life as it is, then I want to push it to the extreme and be the best that I can. So those are things that push me just to keep going.
You spoke about there just like proving people wrong. One thing I want to talk to you about is like trolls and haters, people who want to see you fail, people who might, you know what social media is like these days, how memes happen and people are instantly ready to kind of celebrate someone failing. Like it's something that is enjoyment. People find enjoyment out of seeing people just not be great. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, have you had that? And how have you faced that? How do you see that type of person or that type of treatment, like, if you've been faced with it?
I've had it, but at the same time, I know that no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, that people are just gonna. That's just like you said. That's just how people are these days. Like, they just want something or someone to laugh at, and sometimes it's gonna be you that they're laughing at. So you just push past it. You just know that tomorrow it might be somebody else. So yeah, I've definitely had it, and you try not to pay attention to it. Sometimes it's like at the point where it's just like some unnecessary things being said or whatever. And yeah, it's like you said, the way you put it was great. Like, people just want to see people fail, and it's kind of weird at some points, like, that people find enjoyment in that, but it's just the way the world is right now.
It is. I don't get it, man. Even in like what I do with YouTube and being on social media and stuff, like, there's just like so many haters who just like, I just look at them and I just think, you don't even know me, and you actually want to like,
Exactly.
it's bad.
Exactly.
Like, how do you hate me so much? I don't get it.
Exactly. It's crazy, and it feels like they're just waiting.
Yeah.
I've had times where, obviously, my 2 years in San Antonio, I haven't really played that much, but let's say at the end of a game or something, I'll get in for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever. And in those 2 or 3 minutes, play whatever, you're just out there, trying to show the coaches what you can do and all this stuff. And then just within 2 or 3 minutes, I get to my phone, like, game's over, I get back to look at my phone, and there's just like comments, just, oh, you suck, you're this, you're that. I'm just like, I was out there for 2 minutes. Like, how could you even have?
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, some people just want to watch the world burn. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. You got to move past
it, bro. I just smile. Well, anytime I get a troll on Twitter or something, I just send them like a little kiss emoji or something.
I might start doing it.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you now, yeah, it's better than blocking them. I'm serious. Sometimes
I don't do blocking. I don't block. I don't know why. I should probably do it more, but
yeah,
I might start sending them the kissy face.
Yeah, just send a little emoji with the red kiss, just a little kiss. I'm telling you,
start doing that.
Yeah, and then you just mute them instead of blocking. Just let them talk to themselves, and they're like, they just lose their mind. Beautiful. Do that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially with what you're saying there about you're in the game for like a couple of minutes. Like, what do people expect you to do? You know what I'm saying? Another question here is, do you play 2K, Chimezie?
I don't play 2K. I play FIFA. I don't play 2K.
Okay.
Yeah, FIFA is my thing.
What, PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Oh, I'm gonna have to add you up and give you the smoke then. Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
We could do that. Yo fam says basketball is the most boring sport on par with golf. He says.
Oh, that is.
I don't know about that.
That's...
Golf is mad boring. I can't watch golf for too long. I'd rather watch cricket than golf. This is a great question. Would you rather an Olympic medal or a Nobel Peace Prize?
Ooh. I say, wow, that's tough.
That's a big question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I think Nobel Peace Prize, it's more just showing what you've done. They're two different, because Olympic is more just sports.
Sporting, yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize is kind of you've had an impact on the world. Yeah, literally on the world. So, I'd say the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. There was a good question that I really wanted to put to you here. It was let me find it. Smash it. Oh yeah, that was it. Anas, it was good. It's about music, man. It's about music. What music you into on the coach, on the way to a game, or on the way to the arena, or just chilling at home, whatever. What's your favorite artist, man? What are you banging out right now?
I listen to a lot of UK music. A
Love
lot.
That. Who you feeling?
Skep, Jay Huss, Dave, Stormzy,
Jeez.
Heady One,
Yes.
M Honcho. Like, I have a whole playlist that I just, I'm
Love
going
that.
through. I'm waiting for Jay Huss to drop that new album. He's been
He needs to come quick. Yeah, I mean, the last one,
Yeah.
Big Conspiracy, was okay, but I want him to come harder than that. I want more.
Yeah, he's on top of the game right now, I feel like.
Do you like that scene of like the whole UK scene, and you follow football a lot? How did that kind of happen? Like following the UK scene, like where did that come from?
I don't know. It just kind of happened, but at the same time, it's like I feel like there's a lot of Africans in England, and I feel like for the most part they're a lot more in touch with their culture than a lot of African people here in America. Just kind of migrating towards them because I know what they're talking about. I know what they mean. I know that they know what they're talking about. They know where they're from. They know about their culture. So just kind of moving, like gravitating towards them because you can relate to them. Like a lot of the artists, a lot of the soccer players. So yeah, I think that's kind of where that comes from.
That's the main
and also
reason.
just being tired of like even like the American music. I'm so tired of.
Are you? I'm serious. No, that's interesting to hear. Like, what is it? Just too samey? Like, it's just
same. Like, it's just the same. Like, they just all sound the same. They all saying the same things, talking about drinking lean or doing drugs or whatever. And it's just like find something else to talk about. But there's a couple American artists I listen to: J. Cole, Kendrick. People like Jay-Z. Yeah,
that's an album I'm waiting on.
Who? J. Cole?
He needs to come.
Yeah, I'm waiting. So yeah, just kind of just being, I guess, tired of like just listening to the same stuff over and over again. So
last thing before we talk a little bit about football, before we finish off, who's your GOAT? Who's your favorite greatest rapper of all time?
Greatest rapper, Jay-Z. Yeah. Hov. He's for me. He's been the most consistent for however many years it's been. So it's not even a debate.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've done a video on this, like talking about like whether Drake's the GOAT and stuff, and I see why people like want to put him in that category because, like you said, they talk about consistency.
Yeah.
I think out of the new school, he's the only person who can really go, like you said, in that same category as Jay-Z. But Jay-Z, like, he's just unreal, man.
Yeah. And Drake he's reached that point where nothing he's never gonna put out a bad song ever again.
Never. That's the thing. It's so consistent.
Yeah, because people, even if it is, maybe it is a bad song. His fan base is so strong that nobody's even gonna come out and think about saying it. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not really feeling Drake on this UK drill stuff though. I'm not really feeling. What are you saying about that?
I don't want to hear him on there because I actually I listened to it and then I'm listening to the only reason I even listened to that song with Heady One was just because I wanted to hear Heady One's verse.
Yeah.
But then Drake's on there and it's just this isn't for you, So,
yeah, I don't know. He's switching up the accent. He's trying to hold the beat, and there's a part of that where he's just like completely offbeat. I'm just like, nah, it just don't feel right. I mean, great for our culture. It's great for Heady One. I know he brought Jay Huss out. I was there when he.
Yes.
Brought Jay Huss out. Crept and Conan. He's had on stage gigs, so he's done a lot. Skepta with our culture. So I know a lot of UK people kind of trying to kill Drake for that, saying he's a culture vulture and stuff. But I kind of see it as like I'd rather our culture get that limelight because I don't think a lot of people over your sides would know a lot about UK music if Drake didn't.
Not at all. Yeah. So
I do love that. Lastly, man, we've got about 5-10 minutes left. I don't want to keep you all day, man. I know you're probably tired and stuff, but Manchester United, man, you're a big Man United fan. You said how you started supporting Man United because of Cristiano Ronaldo. You on social media, you be watching the games and stuff. You know what's going on. Talk to me about Manchester United, man. Talk to me.
Oh man, right now it's a love-hate relationship. I feel like that's how it is with everybody. But Man, it's just there's just so many holes in with the team. How we got top four is beyond me. But the fact that we did get it, I think gives us leverage to kind of get more players and do more things. But obviously the board is just sitting back. I don't know what they're waiting for. The Sancho deal is falling through. So
I don't know what's
with
going. Well,
that,
they're saying it still might be active, but it don't look like we are. I
it
don't know.
it doesn't look like it at all. At all. I mean, even the other kid, Bellingham, who signed for Dortmund, we're supposedly supposed to get him. That
Yeah.
didn't happen. So now it's just like, one thing that I really hate is just like how, okay, let's take like City for example. They've already signed two players. There was no like for 4 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever, people just, oh, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? It's just like you woke up one day, boom, Nathan Ake is signing his contract. So like there's no, like, they go out there and if they want a player, they go get them. I don't know. That's how it used to be for United. I don't know what is going on like now. But I think there's a couple holes in the team. I think defensively we have to get three. Honestly, in an ideal situation, apart from Wan-Bissaka, everybody in the back four has to.
Whoa!
I mean, Maguire he's decent. He's good. 80 mil. I don't know. But Lindelof, who I actually like, but he's not like a consistent first team guy.
Like levels.
Yeah. And then Luke Shaw, who's also another good player, but is he gonna help us win the Champions League? I don't think so. But yeah, I think with Bruno being in the team now, it obviously helped us, secure the top four. Should have won.
Pogba's probably going to sign a new deal now too.
Yeah, Pogba, yes. And then the front three, Greenwood. Greenwood is like, he's out of this world. Yeah, he's special. And then Martial and Rashford. So I think the team is going in the right direction, but at the same time, there's still some places that need to be filled. De Gea, I don't know what was wrong with him this year. I think they just recalled Dean Henderson from his loan, right?
Yeah.
So that'll probably give him some competition. Maybe he just got complacent and was just like, week in, week out, I'm going to be the guy, because Sergio Romero wasn't getting in the Premier League squad, so he probably just felt like his spot was just secure. But I think Dean Henderson being back is going to be good.
Give him some competition. Ghost Overground says, "Rally with some NBA players and take us over, please, but get the owners out, man." I know the Glazers just
maybe one day down the line.
Yeah, 100%, man. Just get saving from now with a couple of ballers, man. Just call up Kawhi, call up LeBron. Well, LeBron's flipping shares in Liverpool, so maybe not him.
Yeah, he's Liverpool, so can't do that.
I like this question. This is from Man United. Herbert again. It says, have you met Igalo or any Nigerian players, and can you convince Ndidi to join United? So trying to get that Nigerian link.
I haven't met any of them, but I'm trying to get to the point where if I hit him up, maybe they'll respond or whatever. Try to be Agent Messi.
That's it.
Arsenal has troops and Kelechi and all those guys. So maybe if I got some plug, I could get some more Nigerian players.
Man, bro, you're in the NBA, man. You can just speak to someone. You know what I mean? Talk to someone who knows a guy. Get through to the Glazers. Tell them sort it out.
I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you think of Oli, man? What do you think, Solskjaer? How do you think he's done? How do you think he's going to do? How much pressure do you think's on him this season?
I think we've seen what he can do when he has the players that he wants. I think when he first got there, we're kind of riding the PSG, that night in Paris, we're riding that wave, and everybody was all in. And then there was that period of time where even I was like, please get him out, because couldn't win a game, couldn't score a goal. But I think now that he's got Bruno, we've created more chances. Now he's giving Greenwood time on the pitch. So I think if he gets this transfer window is big, because if he gets who he wants and you know, he can kind of play the style that he wants, then I feel like we can, you know, we can be really good for the next couple of years. But I think if they just sit back and wait until the last day like they did, you know, in the last transfer window, and try to hurry up and sign, you know, just some random players or whatever, then it's not going to look too good for him down the stretch.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him this year. I just hope that they don't hang him out to dry. He needs the support. He needs the board to get him the players. They're kind of umming and ahhing and not really making moves. Obviously, the COVID-19 situation, but I'm seeing other teams making moves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
making big. I mean, now Messi's there. That's
what are you saying? Wait, what? You think?
Never in a million years would I have thought that would happen. Never. I saw it on my Instagram yesterday, and I'm just like, nah, there's no way, because I can't even picture him in a different jersey. And now they're saying Man City too, so now it's like,
imagine he comes and plays under Pep. It's over.
Oh my gosh, that would yeah.
It's over.
It would be crazy. I think if he's there, obviously we have the money, we have the wages, we have the funds to go get him. So if he's there, you have to at least try. You have to at least try. Yeah.
That's mad. That is crazy, bro. We've come to the end. The last question I'm gonna ask you. This is from Chimezie. Who's winning the NBA playoffs? Who do you make the favorites? Now it's taking shape.
Man, I'd say, you know, the Lakers and the Clippers right now are looking like the two teams that are going to battle it out in the West. So I say when the Lakers and the Clippers, if they meet in the Western Conference Finals, whoever wins that series is going to win. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, this is the last one. Joshua Lewis says, "Can Flex get a one-on-one?" He says he's a baller, because I used to play ball. I used to play ball here.
I saw that video. Yeah. Hey man, whenever I'm around, if I ever come to the UK, then we can set something up.
Oh, 100%. I ain't trying to get embarrassed like that and lose my YouTube career. I'll give you a round of key shooting, maybe. I don't know about one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? Or game of killer or something. But I don't know about one-on-one. But do you know what though? Just to finish, I do miss basketball, man. I proper miss basketball. Like, I was nowhere near good enough to reach the NBA, but I wanted to play. Do you know the British League?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah, I wanted to play here with MK Lions, and then it didn't quite work out. I actually went to get a scholarship in Detroit, in Tiffin.
Really? Yeah, like I said, I was watching that video, and I didn't even know that. That was
man,
a crazy story.
It didn't quite work out, and I just came back and just fell out of love with basketball. And when I actually think about it, was I like first in the gym, last out, eat, breathe, sleep, drink basketball? Probably not. And that's you know, the difference between and natural ability to where you are and you know why you know what I mean. So I'm now hopefully maybe after next year, Man United get a tour out in America or something.
I hope they did 2 summers ago, and I went to a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't usually. It just the time and their location usually has to work out. So
yeah, big up, bro. Man United Herbert says Metu is a proper guy. 100. Almost 100 on the video. Smash a like on the video, bro. Thanks so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. This is huge. This is fun.
No worries, man. You follow United. We'll be in touch, man. We're gonna keep in touch. We can have like a little catch up every so often, and we just go from there, man. Guys, thanks for watching. Like I always say, smash a like on the video, hit subscribe if you're new. Big up for Mets for coming on, man, and chopping up with us. Mets, I'm just gonna end this stream here, man, and we'll say goodbye properly.
All right, thank you.